Okay, guys, I got the sound muted. Suns are up 116-114. Lakers are inbounding. Suns preseason. Let's go, baby. Christie's going to inbound. Christie's going to find Dalton connect. He's guarded by Ryan Dunn. He gives it off to Cassington. Dalton connect for three. He misses. Christie gets the rebound. All the Suns get it. Carl Gillespie throws it up to Ryan Dunn. And he throws it down. And the Suns are going to win. Let's go. It's over. Oh my goodness.
You guys know you loved that, right? Does that not kick off the Phoenix Suns preseason with a bang? That was hilarious. I had to film that. I had to upload it. That was so damn good. Oh my goodness. You guys, the theme of tonight's show is going to be, it's just one preseason game, but Suns Geek is going to overreact to so much because we have so much to talk about. Suns at Lakers preseason post-game show with your host Suns Geek here. And we have so much to talk about. For all of you OGs of this channel, you guys already know what I'm rocking with. I got a delicious Sprite here and I got a little bit of water. There is so much to talk about. I know it was just one preseason game. I do not even care. I know the Suns play like in less than 20, 30 hours or whatever. They play on October 8th, but I don't even care. That being said, cheers, y'all. Where do we even begin with this crazy? I don't like the lighting right now. What's going on? I need to learn good lighting because this lighting is not looking good. Where do we even begin with this preseason game? Here are my opening thoughts. I'm going to need to go back and specifically look at the Suns' pace and kind of just see how fast they're playing. I think the Suns were a little timid to come out. Maybe that's just because they were missing a bunch of shots. I hate to sound like that guy that blames it on the rim, but I swear those rims were disgusting tonight. Every time it was a missed shot, it was like made that annoying sound. But it seemed like as the game went on, the Suns kind of found their groove, kind of got into a rhythm, especially the Suns bench unit, which we're definitely going to talk about the Suns bench. Welcome to Suns Geek, where we talk about the Suns bench here. Lots to talk about the Suns bench, but it seemed like once they started hitting their shots, it seemed like the pace kind of picked up a little bit. They got into their rhythms. They got more confident. And I just liked a lot of what I saw. A lot of screen and rolls, a lot of pick and rolls, a lot of driving to the basket. And I'm not saying that didn't happen this last year, with Frank Vogel as our coach, but it just seemed like that was sort of like the game plan. Set a lot of screens, roll hard to the rim, get guys open by setting those screen and picks and rolls. And I liked what I saw. And don't worry, we're gonna dive into the 3-point shooting because holy cow, the Suns let it fly. Thank you, NBA gods. Thank you, Mike Budenholzer. Thank you, Phoenix Suns coaches. The Suns are letting the threes fly. Thank goodness. We're gonna go over the stats. We're gonna go over the facts. Normally, like what I do in these live shows is I kind of do my opening remarks like I just did, and then I kind of break down things that I saw. I think we're going to save the things that I saw segment for last. So we will just dive right into it, y'all. Let's actually start with the numbers. I'm going to, the more of these like post-game shows that I do, I want to kind of get into I want them to be presented better to you guys. And I want to organize them better because I know there's a lot of Suns post-game shows going on right now that you could be watching. But you guys are choosing to watch me, whether you're watching now or later. And that means a lot. So I want to bring you guys the best, stuff that I can. So let's just start with the numbers. It seemed, especially in the first half, that the Suns could not hit a shot to save their lives, especially Kevin Durant, which do not panic, Suns fans. We're talking about Kevin Durant here. Kevin Durant will be okay. Kevin Durant will probably go out next game and make like 8 for 8 like he did in the Olympics, right? So I'm not worried about Kevin Durant. Devin Booker was cooking in the first half, though. I think 5 of his first 9 shots, I saw somebody tweeted that, were three-point attempts, which, yes, I cannot wait to dive into the three-point attempts. But as I said, as the game went on, the Suns started shooting better. They started shooting more consistently and being a little more efficient. Surprisingly, they finished the game 44.8%, nearly 45% from the field. I'm going to save the three-pointers for a minute. We'll talk about the three-pointers in a minute. Got to the free throw line 19 times, made 16 of them. Barely out-rebounded the Lakers 50-49. 33 assists compared to the Lakers 31. That's a nice takeaway right there. And we're definitely going to dive into the turnovers and certain players who had those turnovers. Why did I say turnovers? Sorry, let me try that again. It's been a while, y'all. This is my first post-game show in a long time. We're going to dive into the assists and certain players who had those assists. Sorry, guys, I'm rusty. I'm like the Phoenix Suns shooting tonight. I was rusty. Delicious. Okay. Suns had 8 steals and 5 blocks, or stocks, as people like to call them. 18 turnovers compared to the Lakers' 17 turnovers. I'm not going to panic about that. It is what it is. Whatever. It's preseason. Lakers crushed us in the paint. Despite only having 10 more points in the paint than us, they crushed us in the first half with points in the paint. I think they had like 40 at one point. And that's pretty much it for the stats. Now let's talk about the stat that you've all been waiting for me to talk about. And I want to enter it in on the banner here. Suns. Actually, you know what? No, this works right here. Actually, let's just cancel that. The Suns let the threes fly. The segment you've all been waiting for. Oh my goodness. Where do I begin with the three-point shooting? I'll start at the 10:56 mark of the first quarter. And I wrote this down specifically. I was just waiting for this three to go up. The Suns' first three, I think it might have been Devin Booker. Somebody fact check me on that if I'm wrong. 10:56 mark, first quarter, Suns' first three. I love that. And that's okay. And that's not really surprising. Like, teams are going to get up a three ball within the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. But I wrote that down specifically because this is the certain team that you want a lot of three-point attempts going up, and you want them going at a high rate, and you want it to be efficient. So I had to write that down. But more on the three-point shooting. Like I said, Devin Booker, first of his 5 shots, or first of his 5, sorry, I can't talk. 5 of Booker's first 9 shots were threes, but Devin Booker was cooking in the first half. And I think I saw, who tweeted this? It might have been, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. I want to just make sure I'm giving credit where credit's due. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? Well, I forget who it was. I apologize. I'll try to get it later. But the Suns in the first half, I thought I wrote this down. What is going on with my life here? This is why I hate taking notes. Okay, here we go. I'm stupid. Okay. I think it might have been Kellen Olson who tweeted this. The Suns averaged 32 three-point attempts per game last season. Let me just repeat that. Last season, the Suns averaged 32 threes a game. Or attempts, I should say. 32 three-point attempts per game last season. They attempted 20 with 2 minutes left in the first half. And then I think I quote tweeted somebody saying they were 9 for 21 at halftime for 3. 9 for 21 from 3 at halftime. So 32 attempts per game last season for the Phoenix Suns. At halftime, they attempted 21. They ended the game attempting 39 threes. They made 16 of them. I don't care about the makes right now. It's preseason. Clearly, the ball did not go in the rim. You know when Kevin Durant has a bad shooting night, that the ball just did not go in the rim. I can forgive the 16 threes, although 16 threes really isn't that bad. Just saying. It's not great, but it's not bad either. I'm focused more on the attempts. 39 attempts. And what's crazy is that's 41%. The math makes no sense because I hate math and it just makes no sense to me. 16 for 39, 41%. The Suns let the threes fly. As Jordan says, 16 for 39 preseason, that is actually pretty good. Exactly, because math makes no sense. And again, what's crazy is it was our first Suns preseason game. A lot of guys kind of came out flat. Even though the attempts might have looked good, the ball just was not going in. They made 16 of them, attempted 39. Think of what those numbers are going to look like when the ball is actually going in the rim, like when Kevin Durant has it going and Devin Booker has it going and Grayson Allen or Bradley Beal has it going. More on those guys later. I can't believe I'm nearly 14 minutes in to a live show and I've barely talked about the big three, but that's not really the point. We have so much of the bench unit to talk about, the rookies, some of the two-way guys, like holy crap. This is why I love preseason. If you don't like preseason, like I don't know what to tell you. Because the rookies looked good. Some of the two-way guys looked good. I was hyped. Okay, let me just make sure again. I like to give credit where credit's due. I just got to gather my thoughts here. Okay, cool. So let me just quote tweet this, or not quote tweet. I just want to share this tweet with you. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Brandon Clean of the Locked On Suns podcast is. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I did see him at Media Day. I wanted to meet him, but I just didn't get the chance to. And let me zoom in so you guys can see it. I like this tweet here. And he actually quote tweeted this, or he responded to his own tweet. But it says, through one half, so remember, this is at halftime. Through one half, 33 of the Suns' 48 shots, 68%, came either at the rim or from three. And then he put shot selection with the little graph chart going up. Then he quote tweeted, or he responded to himself, for reference, the Suns' average last year was 65% of their shots coming from those two most valuable spots on the court. I don't know why. I like that tweet. It really stood out to me. It just seemed like the Suns were letting it fly. And we're going to talk about it a little later, but the Suns were also aggressive and attacking the basket and cutting to the basket and, taking shots at the rim, which I liked. I liked a lot of what I saw on the offensive end. And again, we have three of the best scorers in the league. Grayson Allen was incredible for us last year. We all know Royce O'Neal can put the ball in the basket. I'm not too worried about the offense. I was more worried about the Suns' three-point shooting, which is why I'm going on this long-winded three-point conversation. Because, in case you missed it, the Suns let the threes fly. I cannot wait for the next Suns preseason game. Because maybe we'll let it fly again. I really hope that Suns head coach Mike Budenholzer continues to encourage them to let the threes fly. You know what I mean? I love it. I love what I saw. Because we're still kind of sticking on the stats here. If there's any Lakers fans watching, I saw a fun fact. The Lakers starters had 72 points tonight on 56% shooting. I thought that was worth noting. And I know this isn't a Lakers show, but and I kind of went over the numbers earlier, but the Lakers shot 46%, nearly 47%. They struggled from 3, 11 for 40, 27.5%. Only lost the rebounding battle by 1, 31 assists, 9 steals, 7 blocks for the Lakers. They had a really good first half. And we're going to talk about Anthony Davis and we're going to talk about LeBron James later. They looked really good in the first half. I thought their bench competed, but the Suns bench and rookies just wanted it more, and the Suns came back. I mean, the Suns were down like 12 at halftime or something, and the game at times was kind of getting out of control, and you thought, okay, it's preseason, maybe the Suns will just let this one go, but they didn't do that. So props to the Suns for not giving up. Okay, let's talk about things that I saw. Actually, you know what? We'll save. I apologize again. First Suns post-game show in a long time. Give me time. I'll get into my rhythm. I apologize. Before we talk about things that I saw, I have to overreact about a couple of things. So it's just one preseason game, but, and go ahead. I want to hear from you. Get active in the chat. If you're watching later, get active in the comments. It's just one preseason game, but Tyus Jones, my boy, who, I mean, it's pretty easy now to say that he was a steal. But even though it's just one preseason game, Tyus Jones looked like, or it doesn't look, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. He looks like he's going to be a steal. He is a steal. And I even tweeted this out. In case you didn't know, Tyus Jones can score. I don't know if y'all knew that. Tyus Jones can score the ball. And Suns Are Better on Twitter had a great tweet here. And this was tweeted earlier, and I just want to share it. So again, where I can give credit where credit is due. Tyus Jones is the standout from preseason game number 1. Now, again, that's Suns Are Better's opinion, because I think it was the rookies and some of the two-way guys. 9 points on 3 for 3, so he made all 3 of his threes, 6 assists, and only 1 turnover. Now, I'm going to have to go back and look at what that turnover was, but who cares? He had 6 assists and 1 turnover. And then it says, he and the Suns can accomplish so much with all this talent surrounding him. Now, even though I'm going to dive into the things that I saw later, there was one play specifically, and I don't even know if this is really a play, but Tyus Jones took the ball up court, kind of slowed things down a little bit, pointed to where Royce O'Neal should be. Royce O'Neal drove in. I think he bounced past it to him, and Royce O'Neal ended up scoring. I quote tweeted this exact tweet, and I said, calm, cool, and collected. That's exactly what you want from your starting point guard. And I feel like Tyus Jones, I feel like there's going to be a lot of games, and I mean this respectfully. I'm sorry, I'm reading this comment. I'm sorry. Jordan says, the dude in the background looks like a dollar store Fat Joe. I'm sorry, y'all. That's hilarious. Y'all, Phoenix Suns basketball is back. I am hyped. This is great. Anyways, I feel like there's going to be a lot of games, and again, saying this respectfully, where Tyus Jones' scoring is going to get overlooked. But guess what, Suns fans? I am okay with that. I feel like Tyus Jones is going to have games where he has like 15, 20, 12 points. Heck, even like tonight, maybe just 9 points. But it's going to get overlooked because he is not going to be targeted like that. And that is just a bonus for the Phoenix Suns. Those are all bonus points. He is going to be sort of a decoy. who a decoy who is one of the best point guards in the league, one of the better point guards in the league, who can low-key score, who is a sneaky scorer, and also, like we saw tonight, is not afraid to take and make threes. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologize if I don't. Heber says, I've liked what I've seen from Tyus Jones on both sides of the ball. He's quick and really hustles. Great shot, too. Exactly. He did not let it. He was not afraid to let it flash. Big shout out to my guy, Legends Productions. Appreciate you being here, man. He says, what's good, bro? Excited for the season to get started soon. Me too, man. In my opinion, the season already started. I've been locked in since media day, man. But thank you so much for being here. Go check out Legend Productions, y'all. Seriously, he does great work. Go check him out. Him and I have sort of unofficially collaborated on some things here and there, and I appreciate it, man. He's a good dude. All right, y'all. Shout out to Tyus Jones. It's just one preseason game, but Tyus Jones so far is living up to all of that kind of hype, worth the signing, one of the biggest offseason steals, and I'm just excited. You know, it's funny because, you know, there's been a lot of talk, and I think I even talked about it earlier when I went live, like, does Tyus Jones need to be one of those guys that like kind of quote stands out? I'm like, yeah, but like not really, because I'm like, he's our starting point guard. Like we should be expecting him to do these things. We should be expecting Tyus Jones to average 9 points, more than 6 or 7 assists, you know what I mean? And be our calm, cool, collected point guard. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I want him to stand out and I want him to play well and play even better, you know, but I'm just like, I thought he was fine. I thought he looked good. I can't wait till later to dive into the film and be like, holy crap, Tyus Jones did this. Tyus Jones did that. Like, I can't wait, man. I respect that, bro. I'm waiting for the real audio clips to start in opening night. I know there won't be much to talk about in preseason. I saw you were at media day, bro. That's dope. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. And he said, can't wait to get Suns content this season. I will keep tagging you when I drop these. Please do, man. I appreciate the tags. Tag me. I'll repost it. Thank you, man. But yeah, Tyus Jones looks good. And Lufa says, I think once Tyus figures out when to go score first mode, it'll open up those assists to the big three so much easier. Exactly. You know ball, Lufa. You know ball. And yes, Jordan, I cannot wait. We need to talk about Colin Gillespie. Cannot wait for that segment. Stay tuned. I promise I will get to it. So much to talk about. He looked awesome. It's just one preseason game, but Colin Gillespie looked awesome. Cannot wait to talk about him. Okay. Let's keep going here. Gonna try not to overreact to the numbers. Devin Booker, 3 for 6 from 3, but was another player who was not afraid to let it fly. That's a big standout in my opinion. Even though I'm like, you know, it's normal for Devin Booker to launch threes and let it fly. It's a little different this year because it's Devin Booker and a Mike Budenholzer system. Just saying. So I'm glad Devin Booker let it fly. Finished the first half because he didn't play in the second half. 12 points. Bradley Beal was pretty aggressive, y'all. I know he went 2 for 7, but he got to the free throw line 6 times and made all of his free throws. He looked good. And, you know, it's, you know, about what we all want to talk about. And before I talk about the rookies, let's just talk about Colin Gillespie. We have to do it. And this is where I'm going to kind of combine some segments here where it's going to be like, it's just one preseason game, but here are the things that I saw from Colin Gillespie, who, by the way, finished tonight's game. He only played 12 minutes, went 4 for 5 from the field, hit his 1-3 that he attempted and made. But he had 12 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and only 2 turnovers. And he got to the free throw line 3 times and made all 3 of them. But here are the things that I saw from Colin Gillespie. Now, there's probably some things that I missed, so I apologize. And some of this is going to kind of, I'm going to kind of tie in with like the things that I saw from Oso Ighodaro, but I'm trying to mainly focus on Colin Gillespie here. Okay, so I noticed the three. I forgot when it was. It had to have been in the second half, maybe late third quarter or midway through the third quarter. I don't remember when his three was, but whatever. When I really started to notice Colin Gillespie was obviously being the playmaker out there, but there was one play specifically where Colin Gillespie kind of did like a pump fake, kind of up and under, and found Frank Kaminsky. So that was when I was like, okay, I was like, it's looking good so far. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. And then Frank Kaminsky kind of returned the favor and found Colin. Oh, yeah, that was when Colin Gillespie made the three. Frank Kaminsky found him for the three. Then Colin passed to Damian Lee, who had the floating jump shot. So there's another assist from Colin Gillespie. Then there was that one play where Colin, I think he was kind of getting locked down. I don't know if it was Bronny James who was guarding him, but he kind of lost the ball, stumbled. He thought he was going to turn it over, and then somehow controlled it, drove in, and found Oso Ighodaro. Then he was one of the, this was kind of later in the game, but Colin Gillespie was one of the smaller guys out there who had kind of a key defensive rebound, and he was the smallest guy on the court. I want to say this was on Bronny James, but he drove by Bronny James and scored, drew in the foul, and I'm not comparing him to Tyus Jones, but when he did take the ball up and was being our playmaker, being our point guard, our decision maker, he also looked calm, cool, and collected. Cannot wait to dive into more film. And I don't want to like sit there and overreact and be like, holy crap, Colin Gillespie deserves this roster spot and he deserves to play a bunch of minutes. No. But if he keeps playing like this, let's fast forward to our next preseason game, and he puts up the numbers and he doesn't turn the ball over much, and he's getting guys involved and he's hitting his shots. I mean, I'm just saying, there's that roster spot open. I think he's on a two-way contract, I believe. Gonna have to look that up later. But I was surprised. And it's not that I like, actually, no, I'll be real with you. Like, I didn't know much about Colin Gillespie prior to us signing him. I had heard some things, but I didn't know much. And I know he was pretty good in college, right? For all you hardcore college basketball fans out there. But I was like, I don't follow college basketball. I don't know much about him, but now I know a lot about him. Now I am a fan. And I have to pull up this tweet from a long time ago. And I wish I would have remembered it earlier when we were talking about it. But one of the biggest Suns standouts was, and I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly, NBA champion Colin Gillespie. As you see, there's that Woj tweet. RYB_311. RB is a hilarious, great follow on Twitter. One of my favorites. He says, that's NBA champion Colin Gillespie to you. So we need to start calling him NBA champion Colin Gillespie from here on out every time we talk about him. But for real, you guys, he looked really good. And I can't wait. Can't wait to see more. So continuing on, though, let's finally talk about the rookies. I know this show's all over the place, but whatever. It's preseason. I want to start with Oso Ighodaro, who I don't think I'm surprised by this, but actually, I guess I am a little surprised. He was the second player off the bench right behind Grayson Allen. And that's fine. Especially with Nurkic being out. I'm sorry, guys. I got to take a sip of my water. Grayson Allen and Oso Ighodaro, rookie, were the first two players off the Suns bench. And I liked it. Real quick, you guys. RJ, I do see your your question, your comment. I will do my best to get to it. If you guys got a comment question, you already know the drill. Put it in the chat. I'll do my best to get to it. But yeah, also Iguodala looked really good. Now, this is also, like I said, where I'm going to dive into the things that I saw segment. Oso was all over the place, and I loved it. You know, we talked a little bit about the screening and rolling, and he did a lot of that tonight, which I liked. He looked confident out there and competed on defense early in the game when he subbed in. And I saw a couple people upload this clip, and I don't know if Anthony Davis was just, it's weird because Anthony Davis had a really good game. I don't know if he just decided to take it easy, but he got the ball and he backed down Oso Iguodala, and Oso did pretty good at like holding his ground. And I think Davis like kind of faded back and attempted the shot, and Oso contested it, and Davis missed. I was like, holy crap. I was like good D, Oso. But it wasn't just that. You know, there were times where players would drive in and he would contest the shot. And then I wrote some things down. So this is going to go to the things that I saw segment here. I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. But, you know, he had the good defense on Anthony Davis. Kevin Durant had a nice bounce pass, which led to the Oso dunk. How many dunks did Oso have tonight? Because it felt like he had a lot. Oso had a beautiful bounce pass to the cutting Monte Morris. And what else did I write down about Oso? Here we go. So again, I kind of talked about this earlier with Colin Gillespie. But Damian Lee had a lob to Oso Iguodala. And then Oso found Josh Okogie, who had that beautiful reverse layup late in the game. It was just little things like that. Did I even read Oso's stats? 27 minutes, 6 for 8 from the field, 12 points, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 3 turnovers. 27 minutes. He was our leading minutes man tonight. 12 points, 5 assists, and 2 stocks. So 1 block, 1 steal. I really liked what I saw from Oso Iguodala. I see the vision now. Now, again, it's just one preseason game, but I really like what I saw from Oso Iguodala. But Ryan Dunn, 24 points. Or, I'm sorry, not 24 points. I'm sorry. Ryan Dunn, 24 minutes, 9 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, no blocks. He tried, though. He tried to get a block. And was 2 for 6 from 3. Now, I was kind of going back and forth with somebody on Twitter about this who was like trolling, because apparently if Ryan Dunn misses a free throw to this one person, it means he's not going to be a good NBA shooter. It's kind of going back and forth with this guy. And it seemed like every time I did, Ryan Dunn would make a 3. Ryan Dunn made 2 threes in this game. He attempted 6. Now, in all fairness, there were a couple contested threes. And I mean, he was really contested and he launched them anyways. He's a rookie. It's his first preseason game. Give the guy a chance. I've been saying that since before Summer League. Give the guy a chance. Did he look confident out there? Yes. Did he have some good defensive moments? Yes. Was he confident enough to take the ball up himself? Yes. Which, going back to last season, I like how Suns players do that, like Nurkic, Grayson, etc. I like how the Suns are confident in doing that. Let's give the guy a chance. 2 for 6 from 3. And even the ones that he missed were confident. They were confident shots. And he was letting them fly. So I wonder if Mike Budenholzer kind of gave him the green flag or whatever, if you will, and said like, hey, let it fly, Rook. Maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe he said that to everybody. And I hope he did. But yeah, Ryan Dunn looked really good. I don't know if there was anything that stood out necessarily that I saw from Ryan Dunn. Again, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the film. It was a lot to take in, but you know, it is what it is. Let me see if I missed anybody else. I know Jalen Bridges had a rough game. I know it happens. You know, it is what it is. Bull didn't really do much, although he did have 6 rebounds, but didn't really play that much. I know fans are a little concerned. I understand. It's preseason, y'all. Bull will get his chance. Calm down, Suns fans. I'm not worried about Bull. Bull will be just fine, y'all. He will get his minutes. He will get his time. Monte Morris. I mean, again, had that one play where Oso had the beautiful bounce pass to him and he cut to the rim, but had 3 assists and 4 rebounds and 4 points in just 13 minutes. Not bad. And I want to go over the assists, specifically the players, you know, that had them. So let's literally just go down the list here. Kevin Durant had 2 assists. Tyus Jones had 6. We talked about Tyus Jones earlier. Let's keep going here. Sorry, guys. Kevin Durant, 2 assists. Tyus Jones, 2. Bradley Beal, 2 assists. Devin Booker, 3. That's pretty good, right? From our starters. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. And just for fun, just for the starters anyways, we'll go over the turnovers. 2 Booker turnovers and a turnover each for Beal, Jones, Plumlee, and Durant. Okay, whatever. It's preseason. They're starters. They're veterans. Whatever. It is what it is. But I want to focus on the bench here and the players that had the assists. So let's start with the leader tonight. We had 2 of them tied. Colin Gillespie with 5 and Oso Ighodaro with 5. Now, Oso's kind of playmaking and passing isn't a surprise, but for his preseason debut, that's pretty good. 5 assists in your preseason debut. Now, again, he had 3 turnovers, but it is what it is. He's a rookie preseason. It is what it is. Not bad. Frank Kaminsky had an assist. I'll talk about Frank Kaminsky later. Ryan Dunn had an assist. Josh Okogie had 2 assists, 3 steals, by the way. Bull had an assist. I mentioned Oso Ighodaro with the 5. Monte Morris had 3. Damian Lee had an assist. Grayson Allen had 1. And Colin Gillespie had 5. For a total of 33 assists compared to the Lakers. Compared to the Lakers, 31 assists, I think. I like it. And I tweeted this out a few times. The passing was pretty good at times. Now, I know early on there were times, and Dwayne Rankin pointed this out, Dwayne Rankin from the Arizona Republic, that there were times where the Suns, specifically Grayson Allen, and I think a couple other players, passed up a 3. That takes time. There were times where also like a player would drive in and he would try to dish it off and a certain player wouldn't be there. It takes time. They will learn. That's why you practice. That's why you have training camp. That's why you have these preseason games. They will learn. And it's not like the big 3 was out there, in the second half. And it's not like, Tyus Jones played a lot, but he didn't play like a whole bunch. It's going to take some time, y'all. Just thought that was worth noting. Random fact here. I saw Kellen Olson tweet this out. Now, again, I think this was just in the first half, but he said, so far, Budenholzer, with the lineups in the first half, has looked at no point guard with the big 3, Bradley Beal plus point guard without Book and KD, small ball 5. And there was one lineup late in the game, and I wrote this down. Now, I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. I don't know if this was like position-wise correct, but I thought this was worth talking about. It was Colin Gillespie, Ryan Dunn, Jalen Bridges, Oso Ighodaro, and Frank Kaminsky. So Frank was the veteran out there. Clearly like a small ball lineup out there, but a nice defensive, versatile lineup. I thought that was interesting. I wrote it down, worth noting, worth talking about. And since we're sort of talking about Frank Kaminsky here, it was good to see Frank back in a Suns jersey. Good to see him get playing time. Didn't do anything like spectacular, but still finished with 5 points. Made his 1-3, had an assist, not bad. Royce O'Neal, didn't do too much out there, but he did have 3 blocks. Just couldn't hit. Nobody, I swear, nobody could shoot tonight. I swear, but those 3 blocks were nice. Did have a few good defensive moments too. Josh Okogie, 15 points. How did I forget that Josh Okogie had 15 points? 3 steals, as I mentioned, 5 rebounds. Had a beautiful, beautiful reverse layup, which I think Colin Gillespie assisted him on, I believe. Yeah, it was a beautiful little reverse layup kind of late in the game there. And in case you guys are wondering, since we were talking about the 3-point shooting a lot this live show, Josh Okogie was 2 for 3 tonight. And there was one, I remember Ryan Dunn hit a corner 3, and then the next trip down, Tyus Jones hit a corner 3. And I think not too long after, Josh Okogie made a 3. It seems like they gave them permission to let the ball fly. Didn't matter who you are. And Kevin Durant said it in training camp. And Kevin Durant, I've heard him say it so many times. He's like, guys that aren't known to be 3-point shooters can still shoot the ball. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that Ryan Dunn attempted 6 and made 2 of them. I'm glad Josh Okogie was confident and went 2 for 3 tonight. Let the 3 fly, Phoenix Suns. And speaking of letting it fly, somebody who I was really impressed with tonight, it's just one preseason game, but the return of Damian Lee, who I cannot say this enough. You're going to get sick of me saying it. Please go watch his media day press conference. It is inspiring. And he proved why he went on that huge rant. 10 points in 10 minutes. I think his first bucket back was like a floater, or like a small, close shot, mid-range shot. And then the next trip down, drained a 3. Then, like I mentioned, he had that lob to Oso Ighodaro. And what did he finish with 3 tonight? Where's Damian Lee? Went 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. And he had an assist. So I like what I saw from Damian Lee out there. And the scary thing is, I don't want to sound overconfident. It's just one preseason game, but, and I mean this in a good way, Suns fans. Kevin Durant was 0 for 3 tonight from 3. Royce O'Neal was 0 for 3. Jalen Bridges was 0 from 3. Grayson Allen went 1 for 4. Grayson Allen shot 2 for 7 tonight. Think about when that ball starts going in and we have a better rhythm and pace to our game. We attempted 39 threes. Think of Kevin Durant, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, et cetera, getting the threes up and having them go in. It is going to be scary for other teams. I cannot wait to see it. Let's see. Anything else I didn't talk about? We didn't really get to see some of the two-way guys. Like Ty Washington didn't play. But again, only so many minutes to go around. I'm sure we'll see them at some point. Let me get to some comments here. And then maybe later we'll talk about LeBron and AD and all that. But that's just kind of it from my notes. Maybe we'll see what Sun's Twitter's saying and all that. But let me get to some comments here. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. If I missed your comment, if If I missed your question, I'll try to get to it. But let me just get to a couple things first. Lufa says it's just one preseason game, but the Suns' offense with the bench looked better than the starters. Maybe it's a hot take, but I don't know. That's fair. It's just preseason, but you're absolutely right. My guy RJ says, you worried about the size against bigger teams, or do you think they'll have to match up against our small ball and adjust to us? That's an excellent question, and a question that I think is yet to be determined. But I will say this. Who was one of the smallest teams in the league last year? One of them was the Oklahoma City Thunder. They might have been the smallest team in the league. I don't remember. I don't know. But I know they were, in fact, small because don't forget, Yusuf Nurkic had a 31 rebound game against them. They won 56 games last year or something like that. And they made it to the second round of the playoffs, I believe. And they were one of the best teams in the league all season long. I might be okay with small ball. Now, again, against a Nikola Jokic, even an Anthony Davis, for example, tonight, might be concerning. Might be a concern down the road. But as the rest of this comment says, do you think they'll have to match up against our small ball to adjust to us? Not only that, I think some teams are going to have to do that. But like I've been saying, they're also going to have to match their offensive power against ours. Because once KD and Bradley Beal get it going and Grayson Allen get it going, we are going to be a tough team to beat. Especially if our bench and our rookies play like this. Again, it's just one preseason game. But I'm not too concerned with the small ball yet. Keyword, yet. We will see. It's just preseason. I remember quote tweeting one of Kellen Olson's tweets saying, preseason experiments. Experiment in the preseason. Who cares? Like, just do it. Play the guys that aren't going to get a ton of minutes in the regular season. See what they can do. See what they can do against NBA level competition. Try out certain lineups. Try going small. Try mixing some of the rookies and the vets, et cetera, et cetera. Try a whole bunch of young guys. I don't know. Just do it. Mike Budenholzer knows that. I don't have to tell him that. I want to see the experiments. I want to see the crazy lineups. I want to continue to see the 3-ball fly. So get your comments in now, and I'll try to kind of scroll up and catch if I missed anything. It's just one preseason game, but let me know. Okay, let me just scroll up for a minute. And then let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Legends Production says, I heard people still mentioning the Suns as a play-in team. Want to know what you think about that? Hey, you know what? Until the regular season starts, every team is 0-0. I think the Suns are a true contender. That's my biased, personal opinion. I know the West is deep. I know it gets deeper, but it is a long season. As disastrous as last season was, the Suns still won 49 games. I don't think we're going to be a play-in team unless things just fall apart. Lufa says our defense will decide how this team's true potential. I agree with you. Suns, I want to know from you guys, again, I'm going to have to go back and look at it. What did you think of the Suns defense tonight? The only thing that concerned me, and I know it's just preseason, and somebody responded to me on Twitter and respectfully said, Anthony Davis probably wasn't on the scouting report. Like, they were letting Anthony Davis do what he wanted. But that kind of concerned me. There were times where he was a little too wide open. There were times where it looked like LeBron and him were practicing because LeBron would just drive in, throw him up a lob, and the Suns were just standing there. I don't know. Maybe that's what Mike Budenholzer said. Maybe Mike Budenholzer was like, focus on everybody else. Like, let Anthony Davis do what he wants. We all know you can't stop LeBron. That's kind of what I put in my notes, too. I was like, Anthony Davis got whatever he wanted. Austin Reeves played pretty well, and LeBron is LeBron. He played incredible. It's like, but The fact that like Anthony Davis was a little too wide open kind of concerned me, but am I overreacting? And I was trolling on Twitter. I was joking on Twitter. I was like, everybody panic, the Suns are losing, blah, blah. I was like trolling the Suns Twitter trolls, but I will say maybe that's my only gripe with that. Anthony Davis was a little too wide open. I don't know. Jordan says, did we sign John Stockton's kid? We, in fact, did. I think he's on an Exhibit 10 contract. Maybe later, if you guys are down, I'll pull up the Suns contracts because there's a really good website. I know a lot of you guys are like football fans and baseball fans. There's a great website that I highly encourage where you can check out like everybody's contracts, including like two-way guys and all that. Let's see. Hines said, I hope I said your name right, but Hines says, wasn't able to watch the game, so I got to ask, how was the starting lineup looking defensively? I know Nurkic wasn't playing, but does it look like our defense is going to be a major struggle? Again, I kind of wish I could answer this for you. I would have to go back and look at it. It's just one preseason game. There were times where I didn't think the defense looked good at all, but it's preseason. You know, like I want to see what our defense looks like the first, second, third game of the season. You know what I mean? I get your question and I really do wish I could answer it, but a lot's going on here, a lot of bright lights and still processing everything. I apologize, but I don't know. I wish I could answer that. But like I was saying with the Anthony Davis stuff, there were times where I kind of wanted the defense to tighten up a little bit. So we will see. That's to be determined. Let's see. Jordan says Monte will be a good defensive asset. Chuckster14 says give Colin Gillespie, Damian Lee, Ryan Dunn, and Josh Okogie the ball. Absolutely. I agree. Lufa says I'm making the Colin Gillespie / TJ McConnell comparison. I don't care if it's early. I love it. That's so good. Bull looked uncomfortable again, similar to last year's preseason games, but I think it's just him still trying to figure out the new schemes. I'll just say this with that last part, figuring out the new schemes, but also playing with guys that he may not be too familiar with. And I hate to sound like I sounded last season, but like maybe he wasn't trying to step on anybody's toes. I don't know. Maybe again, Bol will have a better game next year. I'm not worried about Bol yet. I'm sure he'll be fine. We will see. The starters look like the starters that got swept by the Timberwolves. We need tough, athletic big men crashing those boards and clogging the paint on defense. All right, Chuckster, calm down, man. I love you, man, but calm down. Let's see. Abraham says, love Gillespie's game. If we ever get hurt at point guard, he's a great second option. Again, if Colin Gillespie keeps playing like this, I don't think he'd be like our second option because you got to remember like Monte Morris, is there and all that. But yeah, and I get what you're saying. If a point guard ever gets hurt, but he's looking pretty good, man. Okay. Let's see what I can't talk. Let's see what Sun's Twitter's saying. I know that's probably not a good like segue, but heck, we got 55 minutes, or we're in 50. Wow, I can't talk. Sorry, guys. I did a live show earlier. I've been doing a bunch of videos later. Tons of new content on the channel, by the way. It's been a long day, but a post from Phoenix Suns Twitter, all the stats: Josh Okogie 15 points, Iguodaro, Gillespie 12 each, Booker 12, Beal 11, Lee 10, Jones and Dunn 9, Grayson Allen 7, Kevin Durant 6, 5, and 2. And there's Josh Okogie with one of his threes. And there's Oso Iguodaro. I swear, how many dunks did Oso Iguodaro have tonight? Because it was beautiful. He low-key is like athletic, and I love it. Okay, let's see what else Suns Twitter is saying. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything big here. Shout out to Suns Dude on Twitter. I was on one of his podcasts a long time ago, but he says, what pleasant surprise did you love most from the game tonight. 49. Now there's only 49 votes, but 49% of people are saying the rookies. I agree. Tyus Jones got 8.2%. Damian Lee got 8.2%. And Colin Gillespie, 34.7%. Great poll. Great tweet. Let me know in the comments, what pleasant surprise did you love the most tonight? Let me know. Because for me, it was definitely Colin Gillespie and the Rooks. Okay. Let me just check something real quick, y'all. My apologies. You guys want to hear from the players and all that? Because Dwayne Rankin from the Arizona Republic is at the game, so we could listen to some media stuff and then maybe answer a few questions or something and then call it a day. You guys want to do that? Is that okay with you guys? Let's we won't get to everything, but we'll hear from like Colin Gillespie. We'll hear from like Oso, maybe Josh Okogie. There's a few clips here. So let's react to this minute clip. Let me just put on my
point of
oh, sorry, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on. What is my life? I need to take a sip of my Sprite too, so give me a second here, you guys. By the way, we got 27 people in here. We're almost an hour in. Seriously, crush that like button, y'all. I want to see a like spike. Crush that like, y'all. Crush it right now. Okay. Let's hear from Colin Gillespie. Shout out to Dwayne Rankin for this clip. Colin Gillespie says, I thought we got really good looks. Colin Gillespie on threes as the Suns went 16 for 39 from deep. And here is Colin Gillespie. Can you guys see this okay? All right, here we go.
I know that's been point of emphasis beyond point of emphasis. How you feel like you guys fared in that, and not only the number, but the looks that you guys got from three?
I thought we got really good looks. Obviously, being our first time playing against a new team after playing against each other for 3 or 4 days, I thought it was really good. It's not going to be clean right now. It's the first game, obviously, but just working on spacing, where guys like the ball. So I think that was really important for us.
Just to follow up on when she asked you about the atmosphere on the bench, when you're seeing the way Kevin was reacting, what was that doing for you guys energy-wise to make the comeback?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when your best players and your leaders are engaged at the end of the game, you know they're not going in. At the end of the half, it gives everybody spark. So it was really fun. Just go out there and compete, and those guys were watching and enjoying it. So just playing for each other and having fun with it.
Lastly, thing I had, what do you guys want to build off of in terms of improvement, but also things you want to build off of as far as continuation?
Probably just being sharper, cleaner offensively. I think it'll come with the more games that we play together. And then defensively, just communicating switches, all that kind of stuff. So I think the more we play together, it'll get cleaner and more crisp.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. I know it was a little hard to hear him. I had the headphones on. I could hear him just fine, but there was like a lot of background noise and stuff. I just want to replay 2 things that he said. And I can tell Colin Gillespie already is a very mature young man, but I also can tell he is not a guy that panics, because listen to what he says about like right here.
Being our first time playing against a new team after playing against each other for 3 or 4 days, I thought it was really good. It's not going to be clean right now. It's the first game, obviously, but.
So he's talking about how like, oh, we played against each other, training camp for 3 to 4 games. It's our first game. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to look good at times. We can clean that up. And then he pretty much says it at the end of the clip. So let me just replay this one more time.
Obviously, being our first time playing against a new team after playing against each other for 3 or 4 days, I thought it was really good. It's not going to be clean right now. It's the first game, obviously, but just working on spacing, where guys like the ball.
Working on spacing, where guys like the ball. And then listen to what he kind of says at the end here.
Switches, all that kind of stuff. So I think the more we play together, it'll get cleaner and more crisp.
The more we play together, the more it will get more cleaner and crisp. That is Colin Gillespie, who was like the star of the show tonight, who could potentially make this roster sounding like a true veteran point guard. I love it. I'm on the Colin Gillespie bandwagon. Get this man a roster spot right now. I don't care. That's my overreaction for the day. That is my hot take of the day. I want Colin Gillespie on this roster. I don't care what anybody says. Jordan says it so perfectly. I love this kid already. He's a young Devin Booker. I love it. That's so great. Shout out to Base God Flashy. Appreciate you being here. He says, Damian Lee for me. So glad to see him come back after so long and have an impact. I feared he might be a shell of his former self. He looks to have picked up right where he left off. Exactly, y'all. I sound like a broken record at this point, saying that, like, I know whatever with the playoffs. Forget the playoffs. What I'm trying to say is that if we had Damian Lee, we would have at least won a couple of more games last season. I think that gets overlooked. Anyways, let's hear from, and hopefully the audio sound, I think it will sound better because it looks like it's in a different place. But let's hear from Oso Ighodaro. About a minute long clip. Oso Ighodaro says, just got out there and compete no matter what. Rookie Oso Ighodaro on guarding Anthony Davis. Finished with 12 points, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, 4 rebounds, and the Suns' comeback win over the Lakers. So again, shout out to Dwayne Rankin for this clip. But let's hear from Suns rookie Oso Ighodaro.
Preseason, but it's definitely not summer league. So what was it like for you to get out there and have an opportunity and contribute to the comeback win?
Yeah, it was great. Just going out there and competing, trying to get a win. It's good to have everyone on the floor together. So I had a lot of fun. Yeah, good stuff.
Obviously, you was guarding Anthony Davis. What was that like for you being in those moments where at times obviously he held your own, and at times because he's just a great player, you know, he got some. But how did you feel like you did overall in that world?
That was a good job. Just got to go out there and compete no matter who it is. He's a great player. Watched a lot of his film, obviously. So, yeah, better do some good things. Can always improve, though.
What was obviously offensively? We talked summer league about the push shot, and you got to it right away and scored. I think you maybe hit your first 3-4 shots, maybe. What was working for you offensively?
Tyus and Monte just putting me in good positions up the roll. They trust me in the pocket, and I'll just shoot.
Does that remind you of college?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
It's a great.
Okay, guys, I want to react to a couple of things that he said. He's a rookie, and he mentioned, doesn't matter who I'm guarding, I'm going to compete. I love hearing that. And then 2, listen to what he said about film, and then listen to him give credit to Tyus Jones and Monte Morris, our point guards. Listen, I think it's like right here. Let me just double check.
A great player. You did overall.
Yeah, so he's asking, like, how do you feel like you did overall on Anthony Davis? Obviously, no easy task. I love what he says right here.
On that world.
That was a good job. Just got to go out there and compete no matter who it is. He's a great player. Watched a lot of his film, obviously.
Watched a lot of his film, obviously. I love hearing that.
So, yeah, better do some good things. Can always improve, though.
I thought I did some good things. I can always improve, though.
What was
I love that.
Obviously offensively?
That's so good.
We talked summer league about the push shot, and you got to it right away and scored. I think you maybe hit your first 3-4 shots, maybe. What was working for you offensively?
Tyus and Monte just putting me in good positions up the roll.
Tyus and Monte putting me in good positions off the roll. Giving credit to his point guards. I know it's just one preseason game, but the chemistry and connection seems like it's already there. I loved that interview. And Jordan says, kind of looks like Cam Johnson. That's so good. He kind of does. Shout out to Mug. I appreciate you being here, man. Okay, guys, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Again, shout out to Dwayne Rankin from the Arizona Republic for those clips. Whoa, what just happened? Tyus Jones just retweeted a Suns post, by the way. Well, okay. You know what? Let's hear from Ryan Dunn about, not Ryan Dunn. Let's hear from Royce O'Neal about Ryan Dunn, because I'm sure Royce O'Neal probably knows a lot about Ryan Dunn. Hopefully he's kind of taking him under his wing. But yeah, let's hear from Royce O'Neal. If you guys got any last minute comments, questions, whatever, concerns, get them in now, because I'm starting to slow down a little bit. I did a live show earlier today, and I've been pumping out tons of videos. I'll talk about that later. But let's hear from Royce O'Neal real quick, and then we'll probably wrap up this show. But this is Royce O'Neal talking about Ryan Dunn and his defense guarding LeBron James. And Ryan Dunn and Royce O'Neal are part of the second unit. So let's hear from Royce
Think
O'Neal.
of that second unit with you, Grayson, also Ryan, and Monte.
It was good. I mean, still getting acquainted with each other, learning how to play, but just trying to, run the offense, get open with, see, take advantage, run in, playing defense.
Curious when it was a sequence where Ryan was guarding LeBron and he went baseline, and after you gave help, and I know obviously the help helps,
Yeah.
but what do you think of Ryan in those moments when we're talking about a rookie? I get his preseason, but we know who the other guys is.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been taking a challenge all preseason. I mean, especially like in practice, and then giving an opportunity to get early runs and having time to guard. Just make them learn, and then just help them out as we can.
What things, and the last thing I had was, what are the things that you're seeing with him that, if he can get A, B, and C, he'll take his game even to another level?
Yeah, I mean, just learning the whole time. I mean, he's a rookie coming in, game different, asking questions, helping him out, try to give him a couple tricks, to learn. But I think he's going to be good. Keep teaching him along the way. He's young, he like asking everybody questions.
Okay. I like what I heard from Royce there, giving a lot of credit and saying a lot of good things about Suns rookie Ryan Dunn. Well, guys, I think that's pretty much it, y'all. I just really liked what I saw from Colin Gillespie, from the rookies, the three-point shooting. We had that great question from Hines about the Suns starters and the defense. Again, I'm going to need to just relook at it. It's kind of late here, so I think tomorrow morning I will really kind of, quote, dive into the film. I'll kind of overanalyze this preseason game, and maybe tomorrow I'll do a live show. We'll see, and I'll be like, hey, here's what I saw, and here's what I missed, and blah blah. But I don't know. But I like a lot what I saw. Again, I liked the 3-point shooting. I liked Tyus Jones. I liked Colin Gillespie. I liked Oso Ighodaro, Ryan Dunn. Devin Booker looked really good in the short amount of minutes that he had. So to kind of end the show, though, final question. Jordan says, are you going to the All-Star game in Phoenix in 2027? So, shocker here. I lived in Phoenix for 2 decades. I currently do not live in Phoenix right now. It sucks, but it is what it is. Real life comes first. You guys know how it is. I'm literally hoping and praying that I will be living in Phoenix by 2027. That is the goal. I want to be living in Phoenix by next year. So if you guys keep me in your prayers about that, I'd really appreciate it. Trusting in God's plan, trusting in God's timing. The Lord's got it covered. I'm hoping to be living in Phoenix soon. So to answer your question, will I be going to the All-Star game in Phoenix in 2027? Absolutely. I don't care how much money it costs. I don't care if I'm sitting in the very last seat in the very last row. I want to go to that. I want to do some media stuff for that. I want to be living in Phoenix. I want to go to all those events. It's going to be nuts. So to answer your question, yes. And I guess to end the show, you guys, it's just one preseason game, but it's a good time to be a Suns fan. Amen to that. Hallelujah. Praise God. Appreciate Andrew for being here with a $2 super chat. Says, yo, what's up? You're still alive. God bless, brother. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. Thank you for the generosity with the $2 super chat and all those other super chats that you've left, man, in the past. I really appreciate it. Speaking of that, you guys, it is greatly appreciated, and it really does help keep the lights on. You do not have to donate. I would appreciate it because, again, it keeps the lights on. It helps support the channel. But if you guys want to donate with a super chat, a super thanks, you just got to press the little button and you can leave a comment, and I would just really appreciate it. Anything else we want to get to before we get out of here, before I kind of lose my second win that I got going here? Ooh, shameless plug here, since this is my channel and I can talk about whatever I want here. Lots of new content on the channel, y'all. I'm still uploading YouTube shorts and clips from when I went to Media Day. So I've uploaded a few of those. I have a Media Day vlog that I'm slowly but surely working on. I'm probably going to upload that tomorrow, probably. It features John and Matt from the Suns Jam Session podcast. And then just like some behind the scenes clips and all of that, like me at the airport. It's nothing really like too crazy, but it's just a vlog. And I'm going to be working on sort of like a quote side project. I might vlog that and upload it. I know you guys aren't really here for vlogs, but I like to do those occasionally for fun. It keeps things fresh on the channel. And I just have a lot of new content coming out. Pre-game shows and live shows and YouTube shorts, just content. So I had to shamelessly plug that. Also, I wanted to say thank you guys. I put this tweet out earlier and I meant to do an Instagram post about it. Let me see. Let me just pull this up here. Last thing we'll get to, unless you guys have like an amazing question that keeps me rambling for like 10 minutes. So probably the last thing here that we'll get to for the night. I wanted to say thank you all for keeping my channel alive through another off season. Like, I truly appreciate it. You guys got my channel through another off season. Now, I know some of you guys are like Suns Geek. It still is the off season. This is just preseason. No, the season has already began in my eyes. It started on Media Day. But thank you guys for getting my channel through another off season. Like, you guys continue to inspire me to continue working hard on this channel. And as I said in this tweet, I will do my best. I will do my absolute best to bring you the latest Phoenix Suns news, videos, content, live shows, all season long. Suns for life. Doesn't matter what our record is. Doesn't matter who's on this team. Win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life, y'all. And I just wanted to kind of end the show on that note. If you guys are new here, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek. I'm just a fan at the end of the day, y'all. I'm not a media member. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a beat writer. I'm just a big fan who has a YouTube channel and talks about the Phoenix Suns. And I always want it to be that. I want this channel to just be, a fan who talks about the news, who talks about the games, and keeps you guys updated. Because I know you guys are extremely busy. I know you guys have lives and jobs and all that stuff. And I have a job too, but like, you guys have a lot of bigger and better things going on. So I take it as my responsibility to keep you updated, even if it's just a tweet. Like, hey guys, the Suns signed this player. Now you know about it. That's why I love YouTube shorts. I know some people may not be fans of the short form content, but it's like, oh, okay, the Suns signed Jalen Bridges or whoever. They signed Colin Gillespie. Here's my quick thoughts about it. Boom, done, easy, right? Especially during the off season, it's kind of easier to do those kind of videos. So yeah, I just want to encourage you guys, without being long-winded, I want to encourage you guys to just subscribe, follow, and at the end of the day, just keep watching. Even if you hate my ugly face, just keep watching, keep supporting, smash the like, subscribe, share the show. If you share the show, please tag me in it. And also thank you to everybody who first off responded to this post. Means a lot to you. Like David had a really nice comment here saying, no, the thanks goes to you. Between you and the PHNX Suns podcast, I don't have to listen to the talking heads when you are all doing the dirty work for the fan base. It is much appreciated. Just little nice comments like that. I had a couple quote tweets as well. That was very nice. And then thank you to everybody that commented and liked my son's media day post, and just all the nice comments and tweets. All the glory goes to God, but I thank you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Jordan, I wish I could answer your question, but I'm so exhausted, man. But Jordan asks, if the Suns were Star Wars characters, who would they be? I wish I could answer that. My brain is fried. I'll let the chat do that. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. Incredible, incredible live show. Phoenix Suns preseason is here. The NBA offseason is over. Colin Gillespie is a future superstar. I want him on this roster. I don't care what anybody says. I'm overreacting to preseason. I don't even care. Can't wait to dive in to more film tonight. And maybe tomorrow I'll do another show. And yeah. So I love you guys. You're all incredible people. Please, you guys already know the drill. Please be nice to people. Please love people. Please be patient to people. Please spread kindness and love. And please just stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families and your loved ones. Take care of your dogs and your pets. And just be nice. And no matter what happens, you guys, win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life. Believe in the Phoenix Suns. Jordan says, yes, another show tomorrow. I'll do my best. I feel like I might have to, because I'll be so like hyped up with revisiting the game. So I kind of want to watch some other preseason games too, and maybe I'll talk about some other games and players. But with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Peace out. Good night. Get some sleep. I'm going to go watch a movie or play some video games and then sleep. I love you guys. See y'all probably tomorrow. Probably stay tuned for that vlog too. I'm going to have that media day vlog probably up tomorrow. Love you guys. God bless. Peace out. Win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life. And I'll see you guys next time. Go Suns.
What's up, Suns?